Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My brothers, my sisters, I like to do clarification about certain things which we usually misconstrue or think to be the same while they are not. My brothers, my sisters, do you know that the terms al-gufran wal-afw or al-afw wal-gufran are entirely two different terms? Yes, I know both of them have the same meaning, but still there is difference. We know that al-gufran means to seek forgiveness, likewise to al-afu also means to seek forgiveness. But yet there is far difference between the both or between two of them when it comes or according to how each of them works. They work differently, which make one to be more preferable or to be better or specific than the other. And these two terms are used by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the glorious Quran in Surah Al-Baqarah, the last verse of Surah Al-Baqarah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, wa'fu anna waghfir lana, which simply mean that wa'fu anna, and forgive us, waghfir lana, and pardon us. This is what they mean. But still there is difference. The difference is whenever you are asking forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you use the term al-gufran, which is the first term to ask for forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My brothers, my sisters, Allah will definitely forgive you. Allah will definitely forgive you, like as He promised or said in the Quran that Ya ibadiya alladhina asrafu ala anfusihim la taqnatu min rahmatillah inna Allah yaghfiru dhunuba jami'an innahu huwal ghafurur rahim, that, O my servant who has transgressed against his soul, La taqnatu min rahmatillah, do not despair, lose hope in the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inna Allah yaghfiru dhunuba jami'an, for indeed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives all sins. Innahu huwal ghafurur rahim, and indeed He is the oft forgiving and the most merciful. My brothers, my sisters, Allah will forgive you as He promised in whatever way you put. Maybe you say Allahumma antal ghafur faghfirli, or you put in this way Allahumma anna abduka mudnibun wa la yaghfiru dhunuba illa anta faghfirli maghfiratan min indik warhamni innaka antal ghafurur rahim. In whatever way you put by using this term to seek forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, my brothers, my sisters, Allah will forgive you, but with the exceptions. But there are exceptions that will be made in forgiving you, or in that forgiveness that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to do for you. There are two exceptions that will be made in it. Number one, Allah will forgive you, but regarding those sins that you are asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness about them, Allah is not gonna make them vanished or cause them to be vanished, deleted, erased, or cancelled from those books in the hands of those honorable angels who are with you always, those who are in charge of writing or in charge of putting down or in charge of recording all your deeds, both bad and good. My brothers, my sisters, your sin will not be erased from that book which they were recorded in it. Yes, if it is this term al-gufran used. And furthermore, upon meeting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will still call you forth on the day of judgment. When you are meeting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will still inform you, will still remind you about those sins that, oh my servant, come forth. It is time for your examination. Come, let me examine you. Were you not the one who committed so and so and so from sins? Were you not the one who committed zina, for example? Allah will ask you, and you will undeniably respond to the question that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked by saying, Ya Allah, I cannot deny I was the one who did it, but it was on mistake. I did it forgetfulness. I did it not knowing that it was bad. And you will say, but Ya Allah, haven't you forgiven me? I sought your forgiveness when I was in the world. Yes, and Allah will say, yes, you sought for my forgiveness and I have forgiven you. But this reminder or my reminding, but the reminding of those sins to you from me this day, it is not that I want to throw you into the Jahannam, but I remind you for you to know that all that you were doing in your stay in the world or in dunya, I was aware of everything. I was not unaware of everything that you were doing. I was aware of everything that you do, day in, day out, secretly or publicly, whatever that you did in your stay here, I knew everything. And Allah will say, you cannot go, enter into my Jannah by my mercy. This is when you use the first term al-gufran to ask for forgiveness from Allah. Okay, let's move on to the second term of seeking forgiveness.